Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I think it's been 12 days now since my last video. I've been putting more focus into YouTube Shorts and streaming and shit like that. But I'm back. So recently, I've been starting to hit a plateau, like in my bulk again. I've hit where I was like at the end of my last bulk, where eating or I was like this for a few days. I was getting to the point where eating was just brutal. I just couldn't fucking do it. It was terrible. I had no motivation to eat in the slightest. It was getting to the point where it was honestly just mentally taxing. And then randomly, seemingly out of nowhere, I just got like a boost of appetite that's actually been better than it was before. And I've been able to eat a lot more. I've been eating like 600 to 900 more calories than typical. Um, my Today was chest day. I set a PR on bench. I benched 170 for two, which I've never even attempted 170 before, so that felt pretty good. My bench press has been down like the past few weeks. Every time I've benched, my bench has been down at like 20 pounds. 20 pounds less than my max, which has been a bit weird. Usually I don't have any like major strength decreases like that. I haven't been eating less food. I haven't. I've been getting the same amount of sleep, if not more sleep. I I don't know really what was causing it. I didn't like take a break from the gym. I wasn't like pushing myself too hard in the gym. I was giving myself proper rest time. So I don't know what was causing it. But today I was able to bench 170. I bench on the Smith machine. Some people say it's a bit easier than normal bench. I wouldn't really know because I've never done normal bench press. I've done dumbbell press. That's what I started out doing when I first started lifting. But yeah, so we'll bench 170 for two. I was pretty happy with that. On the supine press, I'll put a picture of it on screen if you don't know what that is. I was able to bench 200 pounds for six. I did that today and last chest day. Um, I've been feeling pretty strong overall in pretty much every workout recently, except bench press. For some reason, my bench has just been down. I don't know what's causing that. It's a bit odd. But I've also been very tired recently. I don't know what's causing that. If I don't get like at least 11 hours of sleep, I will be tired all day long. I don't know if maybe I'm just pushing myself really hard in the gym. I don't really know what's causing it, but I've definitely had a lack of energy and a lot of lethargy. I've been pretty tired. Um, but appetite's starting to be enhanced. Like it's starting to be a lot better than it was. I don't know what's causing it, but I'll take it. I'm definitely happy. Eating has always been my least favorite part of bulking. I mean, it's kind of the main point of bulking is that you eat more food, but I've always just despised eating. I never have appetite. I have very little appetite even when I do. And sometimes I can like I feel hungry, like my stomach will be grumbling, but I still won't want to eat. Like I'll have no will, like no drive, no motivation to eat. Like I can tell that I need to eat. Like my stomach will feel hungry, but I won't have any appetite, which is it's an odd feeling. When you're sitting there, you know you're hungry, but you still can't eat no matter how hard you try. It's definitely a pretty weird feeling, but I'm also I've been at the whenever I started cutting, when I went on my little mini cut, I obviously wasn't drinking my protein shakes because they're a lot of calories, and I didn't really I was able to get my protein without them. And I haven't brought them back since I started my bulk because they were starting to make me sick. I just wasn't feeling very good. I tried the. That's not true. I tried them like when I first started my most recent bulk, but they were like I was saying they were starting to make me sick. I just wasn't feeling very good. Now I'm assuming that's because of all the vegetable oil I was putting in them to get as many calories out of them as I could. So I took a break from them just to try and reset my brain because typically when you eat something that makes you sick, even like going back to it, you're even if it's not making you sick anymore, it's a mental thing. So I'm going to start making them again soon, and I'm going to use less vegetable oil now. Actually, I'm probably just not going to use any vegetable oil at all. As amazing as it was, like yeah, I was getting an extra 480 calories. It it just I couldn't take it. It was just they were just making me sick every time I drank them. I don't know what exactly it was though that was making it my sick. Like, cause it didn't really have any major difference in taste. It tasted relatively the same. It like the texture was definitely different. The shake was a bit thicker, but I honestly don't know what was causing it like exactly. Like I assume it was the vegetable oil, but I don't know what exactly about the vegetable oil was doing that, other than the fact that I was having like 8 times more vegetable oil than one person is supposed to consume in a day. But I mean, who cares? Like I'm sure those serving sizes aren't like they don't matter that much, you know. Like why would having 8 times more than you're supposed to have of something make you sick? That's crazy. That just doesn't make any sense. That doesn't sound right. Come on. Um, but aside from the gym, some crazy fucking shit's going on right now in the world as a whole. We've got wars still going on in the Middle East. One of which has been ended, I believe, and then a new one just began with Israel and Iran. I think I could be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I'm sorry. Don't want to spread misinformation. And then there is Paris, which is fucking going insane right now because they won. I don't know if it was the World Cup. I don't know. It was some sort of soccer tournament, and they were going fucking crazy about it. Which I don't really understand. They won, which is the first time they've ever won, to my knowledge. So they started rioting. Let that sink in. What? You won? So you should be happy about your victory, but you're rioting. Why? And like the shit I saw, there were two people in a car. It was a guy and a girl just driving through the street. They got fucking surrounded by this mob, and somebody just broke their window with something. I don't know if it was a rock, something shattered the window. Now, if I'm sitting in the car with my family trying to get somewhere, and my car gets surrounded and people start breaking my window, I'm running every single fucking person over. Like just seeing the video made me livid. Like I was physically like enraged just by seeing it. Like this is outrageous. All over fucking sports? Are we serious? Sports. Y'all are rioting. There has been a death. There has been, I believe it was 500 people arrested because of a fucking sports tournament. Now, I'm personally not a sports fan, but so I don't really get it, but I still, even if I was, I think that's way too far. I think that's insane. Then we've got the ICE riots in California right now, where people are rioting because of ICE, deporting people, which I don't understand in the slightest. What are we rioting about? So you want people to be able to break the law and illegally enter our country, and then you want them to have zero consequences for doing so. What? How does that make any sense in the slightest? Like, these people want... Like, how can you want to give them the rights of a U.S. citizen if they're not willing to put in the effort to become a U.S. citizen? It makes absolutely no sense to me how this is even like a thought. Why would we even consider this for a second? If you want to have the same rights and privileges of a U.S. citizen, then you have to become a U.S. citizen. Now, one thing I will say, people were talking about like, oh, we should... I'm going to re-record this video, this part of the video here, because I was stuttering a lot, and I wasn't fully educated on what I was saying, so I've done some more research, and I've come back. People are saying that Trump should pull funding from ICE and put that money into, I guess, judges for people seeking asylum. People who have valid reasons to fear persecution in their home country. They are here seeking asylum, basically seeking safety. That's essentially what I was going to say, and I'm about to explain why I think that is a bad idea. Which, no, because I believe it was something like, even if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to seek asylum in America, it was going to take like 10 years to do so because of the number of cases. So even if Trump pulled all the funding from ICE and put it all into that, it's not going to solve the problem. It's going to make it better, but it's not going to solve the problem. And then we'll just have more aliens running around, illegal aliens running around that aren't facing any consequences for their actions. It seems like a terrible idea to me. Now, one thing I will say is I think him sending ICE down there and having them run around like searching for illegals, trying to deport all of them, I think it's dumb. Hey guys, editor me here. What I'm about to say is wrong. I didn't realize this at the time. I've done more research. I'm about to say that I think Trump should not be putting all of the funding into ICE, and instead should be focusing on closing the borders beforehand, so that we don't have more illegals coming in the country as we're deporting them. He's already done so. The number of illegals entering our country has dropped to nearly zero. Very low number now. Anyways, that's all I was going to say. I'm not a professional. I'm not the most knowledgeable on the subject. I'm just giving my opinions. Don't get mad at me. Quite frankly, I think it's a pretty idiotic thought process. I think because we're never going to be able to deport the illegals faster than they can come into our country. I think instead of putting all of our time and effort into deporting them, I think we should put our time and effort into making sure they don't enter our country. Once we have the borders completely locked down to the point where they can't enter our country illegally, then I think we should focus on deporting them. Bottom line, though, I don't think we should give people who haven't put an effort to becoming a citizen the rights of a citizen. I think that is quite fair. I don't see how you could think about this any other way. It seems very obvious to me. If you want to be treated like a U.S. citizen, then you should go through the process to become one. People act like this is a terrible, horrible idea. I don't understand why, to be completely honest. It makes zero sense. And these riots are just getting out of hand. They're idiotic, or protests, whatever you want to call them. I believe they started out as peaceful protests. They don't seem to be continuing on as peaceful protests by the looks of it. But yeah, no, it's getting insane, and I just don't understand how this is even a concept. Like, people are like, "Oh, it's a free country. They can do whatever they want." No, they can't, because they're not a part of our country. If, like I already said, if you want the rights of a U.S. citizen, you should become a U.S. citizen. This is not some crazy concept. This is just how things work. Like, it makes zero sense to me in the slightest. They're like, "Oh, but these people have jobs and families." That's great and all, but they're still breaking the law by being here illegally. You don't like, when you kill somebody and you go to court, you can't be like, "Oh, I have a job, I have a family." No, they're still going to send you to prison because you committed murder. This is the same thing. If you're an illegal, you are not a U.S. citizen. You are here illegally. You have no right to be here. Just because you have a job and a family and a life doesn't mean you get to break the law. That's not an excuse. I think it's insane, but that's my opinion. I'm not a politician. I'm not some professional. I'm not the most knowledgeable on the subject. But by the looks of it, apparently I'm smarter than half the people arguing about this shit, because I don't understand it in the slightest. I don't get it. The number of idiotic points I've seen people making online is astonishing to me. I don't get it at all. But that's it for today's video. I would like to reiterate one more time before the end of this video. I'm not a politician. I'm not some professional. If I at any point in this video said something that is factually incorrect, please let me know. I'm not trying to spread misinformation. Anyways, have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.